The final whistle echoed through Atlanta, and with it, an entire nation's dream fell silent. For 78 unforgettable minutes, Egypt stood on the edge of history. The Pharaohs led Argentina 2-0, the quarterfinals were within touching distance, and millions dared to believe that the impossible was finally becoming reality. Then football revealed its cruelest side. 14 minutes. 3 Argentine goals. 1 Shattered dream. But this isn't the story of Argentina's comeback, this is the story of two brothers, born 5 minutes apart, who spent nearly 60 years refusing to walk separate paths. This is the story of Hossam Hassan and Ibrahim Hassan. Long before they became Egypt's head coach and team director, before the World Cups, the trophies, the controversies, and the headlines, they were simply two boys growing up in Helwan, south of Cairo. On August 10, 1966, 5 minutes separated their births. That would be the only time life would ever separate them. At the age of 13, they entered Al Ahly's academy together. One became a striker who lived for goals. The other became a defender who lived to protect. Hossam attacked. Ibrahim defended. Different positions, the same heartbeat. As the years passed, they became inseparable, not just because they were twins, but because they refused to dream alone. Every training session, every victory, every disappointment was shared. Egypt wasn't watching two footballers grow. It was watching one story unfold through two lives. Hossam Hassan would become one of Africa's greatest goal scorers, while Ibrahim Hassan earned a place in history as the only Egyptian ever selected 3 times in FIFA's World 11. Together, they became symbols of an entire generation. Then football presented Hossam with the opportunity every player dreams of. A European club wanted him, but not Ibrahim. Most players would have accepted without hesitation. Hossam never even thought about it. I refuse to go anywhere without him. We are one soul, and we are inseparable. Those weren't just beautiful words. They became the foundation of everything that followed. Years later, when Al Ahly chose not to renew Ibrahim's contract, Hossam made a decision that shocked Egyptian football. He walked away from the country's biggest club and crossed the divide with his brother to join bitter rivals Zamalek. Many believed it would destroy their legacy. Instead, it strengthened it. Together, they lifted 3 Egyptian Premier League titles and the CAF Champions League, proving once again that wherever the Hassan twins stood together, success usually followed, but their loyalty was never gentle. During a violent confrontation in Lebanon, the situation became so dangerous that soldiers entered the field. When one reportedly moved toward Hossam, Ibrahim instinctively stepped in, wrestling the rifle away to protect his brother. It was an extraordinary moment that perfectly captured the bond between them. Years later, another emotional outburst in Algeria resulted in Ibrahim receiving a lengthy FIFA suspension. Critics saw controversy. The brothers saw something different. Protecting each other had never been a decision, it was simply who they were. Time moved on, their playing careers came to an end, but destiny had saved one final chapter. More than 3 decades after representing Egypt together at the 1990 FIFA World Cup, they returned in 2026. Hossam stood on the touchline as head coach. Ibrahim stood beside him as team director. The jerseys had changed, their purpose had not. Egypt arrived at the tournament with little expectation. Yet match after match, they refused to back down. Through discipline, resilience, and fearless defending, the Pharaohs became one of the greatest surprise stories of the World Cup. Then came the round of 16. Argentina, for 78 unforgettable minutes, Egypt played the match of their lives. They led 2-0. The quarter-finals were within reach. An entire nation had already begun to dream. Then came the turning point. Egypt thought they had scored a goal. The celebrations exploded, the bench erupted, but after a lengthy VAR review, the goal was ruled out. The momentum changed instantly. Argentina found belief, one goal, then another, then, in heartbreaking fashion, a third. In just 14 minutes, one of Egypt's greatest World Cup dreams disappeared. The pain did not end with the final whistle. It exploded. Standing on the touchline, Hossam Hassan could no longer hide his emotions. I told the referee that what was happening wasn't fair. It's an undeserved victory for Argentina. I'll never watch the World Cup again because there's no justice in this competition. He believed Egypt's goal should have stood, that he believed his players deserved a penalty, that he believed the biggest night of his coaching career had slipped away because of decisions beyond his control. His frustration boiled over. Yellow card, arguments, accusations. For a moment, the World Cup seemed ready to remember Hossam Hassan for all the wrong reasons. Then, just as he had done throughout his entire life, Ibrahim Hassan stepped forward, that he calmed his brother, that he spoke to the referee, that he guided Hossam away, and once again, the twin-born 5 minutes later protected the brother who had never left his side. The World Cup will remember Argentina's comeback, history will remember the score. But Egypt will remember something far greater. 2 brothers. 1 soul. 1 lifetime. A bond that survived victory, defeat, controversy, and time itself, because in the end, the Hassan twins never played for football alone, they played for each other.